Hi everyone, today we'll be going over the whale shadows chart and how you can use this tool to help improve your Bitcoin investing and analysis. This chart, as well as many others, are all freely available on lookintobitcoin.com, your #1 source for Bitcoin information. If you haven't already, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to ensure you're receiving all of our content as soon as it's released. So what is the Bitcoin whale shadows chart? Well, simply put, it is monitoring all the Bitcoin wallets that have been dormant for at least these periods of time. So at the minute, just the 10-year and 7 to 9-year wallets. So dormant just means that the Bitcoin in these wallets hasn't moved in these periods of time. It is then watching for when we get transactions of at least 100 BTC on the network from these wallets. So for example, these pink spikes here are every time Bitcoin wallets that are at least 7 to 9 years old have moved at least 100 BTC on the network. What we can actually do on this lookintobitcoin.com is isolate by time frame. So we can remove the 7 to 9 year and just look at the 10-year. We can remove the 10-year and look at the 4 to 5 and 5 to 7. And this way we can get a very nice overview of how many long-term, very long-term Bitcoin whales are moving their Bitcoin at any given price. So immediately you can probably see the relation between these whale shadows and peaks in Bitcoin price. It's a little messy to see at the minute, but when you can really see these clusters, such as in the 2017 price peak at around $20,000, we can really see, especially these higher time frame wallets such as the 7 to 9, really begin to start moving their BTC from their old wallets. And this usually indicates whales are selling. And because these whale shadows only account for transactions of at least 100 Bitcoin, these really indicate big moves in the market. We can actually see on the scale to the left here how much BTC was moved in each transaction. So we can see on this given day here, when Bitcoin's price was about $15,000, we had over 4,000 Bitcoin moved on the network in one day from wallets that were at least 7 to 9 years of age. So the term whale comes from the fact that as they have significant Bitcoin holdings, these usually have a large influence and impact on the Bitcoin market and can usually potentially have a big influence on price, and especially as Bitcoin is open and people can monitor the transactions of these larger wallets, people may take inspiration from what some may consider the smart money, what they are doing. So if we just look at the most recent cycle here, we can actually see as Bitcoin approached the top here, we get a fair amount of these whale transactions from wallets that are at least 10 years old. Even here, as price almost exactly peaked at above $65,000, we had multiple transactions of over 1,000 Bitcoin from wallets that were at least 10 years old. And if we then overlay the 7 to 9, the 5 to 7, and the 4 to 5 year wallets, we can really see these clusters of selling going on at these major price peaks. There are, of course, exceptions, and this isn't an exact science, but as Bitcoin dipped from about $60,000+ to into the $30,000 region here, we can actually see quite a bit of a dip in the activity of whales, potentially signifying that they weren't interested at selling at those prices and instead waited for price to bounce back up and begin selling and distributing their Bitcoin as we peaked once more. Now, this can be a useful tool, as obviously it's very handy to see what these big players, what smart money that have been in the space for potentially over a decade are doing with their BTC. And as they are selling so much in each single transaction, at least 100 at a time, we can really see the impact it has on the market as smart money begins to sell. So just to summarize, the whale shadows chart indicates when large Bitcoin holders, or whales, move their BTC after extended periods of time. On the Look Into Bitcoin chart, we can see from 4 to even plus of 10 years periods of time, so you can really get a good insight into those long-term whales and how they are moving and transacting on the Bitcoin network. When we see whales moving at least 100 BTC for the first time in years, it can often indicate that these big players, or potentially smart money, are locking in profits. Previously, instances of multiple whales moving their coins over a short period of time have coincided with an overheated Bitcoin market and where price is nearing a cycle peak. If you liked this video, then please visit lookintobitcoin.com. We're trying to democratize Bitcoin data so that everyone, not just the financial elite, not just the whales, can benefit from this revolutionary new asset class and the data that surrounds it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to learn about all our other charts and gain even more market insights. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.